is Atlantic Television Network Global News. First, the headlines. President Tinubu stakeholders mourn Herbert Wigwe's death. Suspected gunmen kill Imo Bay's legal practitioner in Abia. Sarab sues Abiu Abbas over 344.85 billion naira. NAS budget. President Tinubu increases customs duties 3 times in 2024. DR Congo violence rises as M23 rebels advance. Comedian Basketmouth invites Tubaba back to Nollywood. Roma coach Mourinho commends Afghan officials. And now the rest of our stories. Access Bank PLC has announced the death of its chief executive officer, Herbert Wigwe, in a helicopter crash in California, USA on Friday night. The bank said on Saturday the co-founder of Access Bank alongside his wife, Chizoba, son and lawyer, Abimbola Ogumbanjo, died in a ghastly helicopter crash on Friday, at the time when his chopper was heading to Las Vegas when it crashed near a border city between Nevada and California around 10:12 p.m. local time on Friday night. The U.S. government confirmed all on board dead as no survivor has been located as of Saturday morning. But in an important announcement posted on their X account, the bank said they don't have specific information on the report yet, promising to make same available when they have it, and have received numerous inquiries concerning an airplane crash in the USA. Access Bank seeks the understanding and support of their valued customers and the general public, and that they are committed to keeping the people informed promptly as they receive updates on the situation. President Bola Tinubu says he received with shock and deep distress the death of Herbert Wigwe, a top banker and entrepreneur, and Abimbola Ogumbanjo, former group chairman of the Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, along with members of the Wigwe family. The president's condolence message followed an official confirmation from relevant sources, noting that Herbert Wigwe was the chief executive officer of Access Holdings PLC and founder of the Health Foundation. A statement by his media aide Ajuri Ngalele described Wigwe and Ogumbanjo as exceptional Nigerian business leaders, adding that their passing is an overwhelming tragedy that is shocking beyond comprehension, and condoled with the Wigwe and Ogumbanjo families and business community and all those impacted by this harrowing incident. President Tinubu prays for the peaceful repose of the departed and asked God Almighty to comfort the multitude of Nigerians who are grieving and the families of the deceased at this deeply agonizing moment. Rivers State Governor Sir Siminalayi Fubara has expressed shock and sadness on the demise of Dr. Herbert Wigwe, his wife Chizoba, son and others in a helicopter crash in California near the Nevada border, USA, describing an incident as a monumental disaster. Governor February, on behalf of his family, the state government and people of Rivers State commiserates with the Wigwe family over this unfortunate incident, urging them to be comforted by God's assurances of his love and outpouring of global sympathy on this deep pain and loss. The statement signed by the Senior Special Assistant on Media to the Governor of Rivers State, Boniface Onyedi, said there are no words to convey how terrible these losses are, and the state, and indeed Nigeria, will miss an unassuming, iconic and accomplished illustrious son of Ishopo in Ikwere local government area of Rivers State. Governor February, who said Rivers State and the nation are in tears because it would be extremely difficult to understand the sweeping loss of a family involving a strong pillar, accomplished banker and philanthropist with tentacles in the education sector, adding that the prestigious Wigan University, which he pioneered, must not be allowed to die. The statement equally said Dr. Herbert Wigwe rose to become one of the most outstanding African financial sector leaders and global figure who superintended over the impressive growth of the Access Bank Group and also established the Wigwe University in Ishopo, the headquarters of Ikwere local government area with a 60% local and 40% expatriate faculty population. Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti has joined other well-meaning Nigerians to mourn the death of Herbert Wigwe, stating that he told him he was going for a board meeting in London, from where he will head out to the US and return after a few days and immediately come back to Abia to see him. He also said the dream of Wigwe University, which was ongoing to be the Harvard of Africa, will not die, although he had the dream of setting up a scholarship scheme to support brilliant but indigent students. Alex said the death is too big a blow to him personally and all those that knew him closely, and constant encouragement and sometimes insistence to be very helpful in a lot of decisions. Enugu State Governor Dr. Peter Mba has joined other well-meaning Nigerians and world leaders in mourning the co-founder and group executive officer of Access Holding PLC, Herbert Wigwe, his wife Chizoba, their son, and a former group chairman of the Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, Abimbola Ogunbanje, who died in an air crash in the United States at the weekend. Mba, who described Wigwe as a corporate titan, mourned the death as a monumental tragedy not only to Nigeria but also to the entire corporate world. A statement he personally signed, the governor said the news comes with deep shock and rubs in once again the vanity of life, adding that Wigwe was a brother, a team player, philanthropist, visionary and thoroughbred professional who distinguished himself in the banking industry and corporate world, rising through the ranks to become a pioneer and titan as well as an entrepreneur of global repute and reach, and described the unspeakable disaster and monumental tragedy as a rude disappointment to the entire corporate world. Governor Mba prayed God to grant their souls eternal rest. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has expressed grief over the death of the Chief Executive Officer, Access Holdings PLC, Herbert Wigwe, who died along with his wife and son in a helicopter crash. In a condolence statement via X, Sanwo-Olu described Wigwe as one of the brightest minds in Africa and a visionary leader who made unparalleled contributions to banking and the financial sector, stressing that Herbert was not just a brother and visionary leader, but one of the brightest minds in Africa. According to Sanwo-Olu, Wigwe was an unapologetic believer in the Nigerian Congress inspired many, stating that the people of Lagos State mourn not just a leader but a true friend and a brother, and prayed God for his soul to rest in peace. The governor also mourned the passing of former Nigerian Exchange Group chairman Abimbola Ogunbanje, describing him as a great business leader and legal luminary who contributed significantly to the development of the capital markets and corporate law. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has described the tragic death of the Chief Executive Officer of Axis Holdings plc, Mr. Herbert Wigwe, in a helicopter crash in the United States of America. This is coming after Wigwe, his wife, son, and 3 others, including Abimbola Ogunbanja, former chairman of NGX Group plc, died when the helicopter crashed near the border of California and Nevada on Friday night. Governor Abiodun described the incident as a devastating loss for the families, friends, and the entire business community in Nigeria, while describing Wigwe as a quintessential banker who contributed immensely to the Nigerian economy, adding that he was appealing to support to his administration's agenda, stressing that Wigwe's death has created a void that will be difficult to fill. He condoled with families of the deceased, the management and staff of Axis Holdings, the business communities, and the Rivers State government on the tragic incident. Nigerian billionaire businessman Femi Otedola has expressed shock over the death of Chief Executive Officer of Axis Holdings, Herbert Wigwe. Otedola, in a post on his verified X-handle, recalled how the Rivers-born prominent banker hosted him and Aliko Dangote to his new house in Lagos. Dangote expressed heartfelt condolences to his children, Tochi, Hannah, and David, and prayed God to comfort them during the tragic time, and the souls of the departed rest in perfect peace. Suspected gunmen have killed barrister Victor Onwubiko, an Imo-based legal practitioner resident in Uturu in Abia State. The incident happened on Saturday night while the lawyer was returning to Abia State University, Uturu, where he resides. Meanwhile, efforts to contact the Imo Police Command through the spokesman Henry Okoye proved abortive, and no statement has been made on the matter. 400-level student of Kwara State University, Malete, in the Moro local government area of the state, identified as Rashidat Shitu, has committed suicide over her academic performance. According to her colleagues, the deceased committed suicide ahead of her upcoming exams by ingesting insecticide and found dead on arrival at the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, where she was admitted for treatment. Eyewitness said she was first taken to the school clinic before she was later referred to the teaching hospital, where she later died. Director of University Relations, Dr. Sidat Aliyu, in a text message said that she was not aware of the death of the student. 2 people are dead while 3 others sustained injuries after a Toyota Camry car without a plate number rammed into the Iju River along Eta Idiroko Road in the Adeldo-Ota local government area of Ogun State. Eyewitness said the injured persons were taken to General Hospital, Ota, while the corpses of the 2 victims had been deposited in the morgue of the hospital. The spokesperson of Ogun State Sector Commander Federal Road Safety Corps, Florence Okbe, in a statement said it took the combined efforts of operatives of the FRSC Special Marshals, police and other security operatives to clear the blockage and ensure free flow of traffic. Adamawa State Governor Hamadu Fintiri is calling for the prosecution of people who willfully perpetrate electoral fraud anywhere in the country. Fintiri, who was evidently still unable to come to terms at how his opponent in the last election was declared winner when the electoral process was not yet concluded, other than that he will make a statewide broadcast on Monday that such brazen art should not go unpunished. Fintiri, who said the Independent National Electoral Commission was unbiased in its conduct of the elections of last year, to its suspended resident electoral commissioner during the election in Adamawa, Hundu Ari Yunusa, whose suspension was announced by the commissioner after he usurped the function of the returning officer and prematurely declared a winner. This is coming after Hudu had declared the candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the election Senator Aishati Ahmed, otherwise known as Binani, as the winner while collation was ongoing. He was suspended by INEC and is currently facing charges over his action. You are watching the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. We will be back after this break.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Welcome back. This is the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. Now to the rest of our stories. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has filed a lawsuit against the Senate President Goswell Akpabio and the Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas over the failure to explain the details of the National Assembly budget of 344.85 billion naira and the rationale for several budget items, such as the 6 billion naira budgeted for 2 car parks. In a suit at the Federal High Court, Abuja, Serap is seeking an order of mandamus to direct the compel Akpabio and Abbas to explain details of 344.85 billion naira National Assembly budget in the Appropriation Act 2024. Serap also said it is seeking an order of mandamus to direct and compel Mr. Akpabio and Mr. Abbas to explain the details of the 8.5 billion naira budgeted for National Assembly liabilities in the Appropriation Act 2024 and the nature of such liabilities and how and why they have been incurred. The suit filed on behalf of Serap by its lawyers Kolawale Oluwadare and Andrew Wankwo urged the courts, in the public interest and the interest of justice, grant the application, adding that Nigerians are entitled to their constitutionally and internationally recognized human rights to information. Serap maintained that the public interest in obtaining the information sought outweighs any other interest. Following the oversight afforded by public access to such details will serve as an important check on the activities of the lawmakers and help to prevent abuses of such public trust. However, no date has been fixed for the hearing of the suit. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, has raised concerns over his disregard and non-compliance to safety standards and regulations by some public and private institutions across the country. The Speaker gave the expression in Abuja while delivering his address at the inauguration of 10th House Committee on Safety Standards and Regulations and formal launch of its strategic document, adding that the rights of citizens to a safe and decent place of work devoid of hazards is fundamental in any society and has been consistently included in all declarations of human rights globally. Abbas, who represented by the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, said the nation's dilemma has been how best to translate this to reality, as the task of identifying, eliminating and controlling hazards has been very challenging. He also said despite measures taken by government institutions, NGOs and other safety advocates, Nigeria continues to witness the devastating effects of unsafe acts, which for the most part is as a result of the disregard to existing safety standards and regulations. Kalu further expressed that the parliament is saddened by catastrophic events across the country, ranging from fatal motor accidents, explosions, boat mishaps, accidental discharge, market fires, which has claimed innocent lives and loss of properties.
Safety must be applied, especially when all of us believes in the saying that goes, charity begins at home. Are we truly safe in this complex? Are we actually following the safety standard as allowed by international best practices? If not, let the charity of this committee start at home. I've seen your needs analysis, your SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. And I'm actually in sync. Our views as leadership is in sync with those analyses. We pray that these go beyond the letters of the various pages of this strategic plan that is very pragmatic, developed by this committee, to what we can feel and touch and experience the impact that it will bring. The goals are out. And I wish to reassure the committee of the support of the leadership of this House. We will not let you alone. We will always be there for you to give you the necessary support for you to succeed, because in your success lies our own success.
The Speaker, however, urged both heads of both private and public institutions to wake up to the responsibility and control the risk inherent in the operations. Up next is business news. Central Bank of Nigeria under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu increased the customs duties exchange rate for the third time in 2024. With the upward review, Nigerians will pay more to clear their goods at the port because import duties are benchmarked against the dollar. The current upward review of the exchange rate for calculating customs import duty is the third in 1 week and the third in 2024. It is also the seventh time the Apex Bank had adjusted the exchange in 8 months since President Tinubu's administration commenced the floating naira policy, a reform to stabilize the forex market. Bisiri Yufanu, the former chairman of the Association of Nigeria Licensed Customs Agents at Semebother, said the hike in customs duty through high FX rate will affect all goods in the market because every commodity in the market has imported input in them. While the director of the Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, Muda Yusuf, lamented that increased import duty will further impoverish Nigerians. Cement price in Nigeria rose by 100% in the last 3 years amid increasing inflation and hardship. This is coming after the cement price leapfrog from 3,300 to 3,500 per 50 kg bag in 2021 to a record high 7,000 naira in February 2024. Last year, the Cement Producers Association of Nigeria warned that the federal government's plan to introduce concrete roads would see cement rise from 6,000 naira to 9,000 naira. The National Bureau of Statistics, in its December Consumer Price Index, said Nigeria's headline inflation rose to 28.92%. And the implication is that food prices, building materials have increased across the country. Over 5,000 smallholder farmers have been listed to benefit from the World Bank, Food and Agriculture, as well as partners interventions in establishing alternative livelihood projects in forest communities of Cross River State. Similar intervention is equally ongoing in Ondo State, and the two are the only Niger Delta states selected to benefit from the intervention because of the acknowledged remaining vast forests and arable lands. National Project Coordinator of the Global Environment Facility, which is handling the third year Floor Impact Program, Professor Oladapo Adeyemi disclosed this in Calabar during a one-day agric workshop. Adeyemi said that the 5,000 was selected from 8 local government areas where the program of boosting oil, palm, cocoa, as well as alternative livelihood initiatives of squirrel and rabbit rearing are ongoing, while the program will support people's livelihoods as a way of discouraging them from further depleting the remaining forests in the country and empowering them. You are still watching the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. Up next is International Tidbits. Fear has gripped people in Goma in Emile Bolingo is not sure how long he and other residents of Goma in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo can hold out. This major city in the region with about 2 million people that has been cut off from the farms that feed it for several days. It is the latest episode in the resurgence of fighting that has seen tens of thousands added to the nearly 7 million who have been forced from their homes in the country because of multiple conflicts. Rebels from the ethnic Tutsi-led M23 movement are blocking the two main roads in Goma from the north and the west and preventing produce from getting through. Earlier, Goma's population has swelled in recent days with people running from the advancing fighters. Lauren Cressy from the International Committee of the Red Cross said the state run beside a hospital in Goma that patient numbers has surged, and after he had arrived in Goma, people are streaming in by foot on motorbikes and minibuses. Aleni Ombeni said she was discouraged on her arrival in the city. Donald Trump says he would encourage Russia to attack any NATO member that fails to pay its bills as part of the Western military alliance. Trump said at a rally that he had once told a leader he would not protect a nation behind on its payments and would encourage the aggressors to do so, whatever the hell they want. Members of NATO said they are committed to defend any nation in the bloc that gets attacked, while the White House called the comments appalling and unhinged. Addressing crowds during the rally in South Carolina, Mr. Trump said he had made his comments about Russia during a meeting of leaders of NATO countries and recalled that the leader of a big country had presented a hypothetical situation in which he was not meeting his financial obligations within NATO and had come under attack from Moscow. And now, entertainment news. Popular comedian and actor Bright Obocha, aka Basket Mouth, has invited legendary musician Innocent Uja Idibia, famously known as Tubaba, to join the movie industry fully. Commending Tubaba's role in the latest episode of his skits, The Secret of Lulu, Basket Mouth admonished him to pursue a full acting career with his stiff accent. He said he is already creating a project for Tubaba's comic character in the skits. Veteran rapper Michael Ugochukwu Stephen, aka Rugged Man, has advised people hiding behind the Afrobeats banner, adding that the term Afrobeats is for talentless people. He also said it is hurting when people tell him on social media that his time as an artist has passed, but what he is listening to right now inspires by him. Here now is ATN Sports News. Former Chelsea and Roma coach Jose Mourinho has commended the officiating at the ongoing African Cup of Nations. The Portuguese tactician, while admitting that he watches the African tournament more than European football, stated that Europe should emulate Africa's honesty in officiating, especially the use of video assistant referee. He said VAR's decision at the AFCON and not influence to favor rich or famous teams, and suggested that the headquarters of VAR should be in Africa. And that's the global news for tonight. Before we go, another look at the major stories. President Tinubu's stakeholders mourn Herbert Wigwe's death. Suspected gunman kill Imo-based legal practitioner in Abia. Serap sues Akpabio Abbas over 344.85 billion naira NAS budget. President Tinubu increases customs duties 3 times in 2024. DR Congo violence rises as M23 rebels advance. Comedian Basketmouth invites Tubaba back to Nollywood. Roma coach Mourinho commends AFCON officials. I am Chinyere Davis. Thank you for watching. You can follow us on the social media platforms: X, Atlantic TV Net; Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Our Instagram handle is Atlantic TV Network. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara